Do you understand this? Really, you don't need that at all for you to speak and to interact, but it's good for you to know how would you, you know, locate each tense in the time lapse. That's very important. So we have so we're gonna maybe try something to see. It's good for you to know what the past is, what the past perfect is. That is, we have okay, good. It's working now. I'm afraid we're not going to take all of them because wow. It's not working at all. It's not working. Okay. Technique. What is the problem? Technique. The technique is not working. Minimize here. And anyway, who doesn't understand what I said about the present perfect continuum, the future continuous? No problem. So somebody to help. Can you share this? Handout to use for future. Yeah. You guys learn blah. Share back here. So that's future. That's there. Get back here. And effects gonna be who did we receive? Okay, let's wait. You didn't. Today is not a good technical day. Eh? It's not a good technical day. Is that okay for everybody? Okay, you'll share this among yourself here. Share it over there. So you just keep this for the future. It's getting a little bit complicated for some of you. So this is an handout you can, just read from time to time, preparing your examination. So let us switch to the critical thinking. So this is just a handout I used during the conference of English teachers in June. We're going to have something today that is interpretation versus observation. Who can tell me the difference? Interpretation and observation. Who knows? Try and reflect about that. Tell me. Interpretation. Interpretation and observation.
Still loading the pictures. Okay, let's try with this. I think everybody can see, right? Huh? You can see it. There's not too much time in it. Okay, right. So today we're going to talk about interpretation versus observation. Who can tell us the difference? Yes.
You interpret what you hear
Mhm.
and what you see.
All right.
Observation, you just observe and you have your inner comments. Like you don't speak it out.
Yeah, it sounds interesting.
Yes, I think observation is the fact, like the fact, the event which occurred,
Okay, right.
and the interpretation is the opinion we have about facts that we observe.
Yes. 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 Who else? Yes, sir.
I can say the same. The interpretation is you see a thing
Yeah.
and you give your opinion.
Great.
That
That's
is
it.
the interpretation.
Yes.
And the observation is the fact. Observation will give out your opinion.
Okay. Yeah, somehow. Who else can tell us? Who else? Okay, right. Good. So we have interpretation and observation. In critical thinking, we say that we observe, then we interpret. Is that right? Does it sound correct? You observe, then you. That is, you use your eyes to observe, and then you use now your opinion to interpret. Is that okay? So now let us try something. But before that, who can tell me why we're using interpretation versus observation in critical thinking? Does it make sense? Why? Yes.
Because on critical thinking, you're talking more about culture. So I think it involves interpretation and observation because of the culture, the mind, the thinking, the perception
Mhm.
of a certain community or a group of people.
Yes, sure, sure. That is here, we really need to have some skill. I will not say skills. We need to have some, understanding about observation and interpretation in critical thinking. Because imagine you're faced with some people from other cultures, from other countries, from other, I would say, traditions. And now the problem is you observe, and what you do is you interpret. But how are you going to do that? You would say, uh, for example, because because she's binding to greet him, it's meaning that she is worshiping the guy. This is your interpretation. But in their country, when they greet, they just bind. They bind down simply. And that's all. It's not a worship. So is what you see, what you interpret, you know, in harmony? Is not sure. So let us try an exercise. You're gonna have here some pictures. Who can read about the first picture? We need somebody to read about the first picture. Take them one by one. Sorry. Yes, the lady. The lady.
The boys is the boys in this photo are very nervous.
The boys in this photo are very nervous. Let me make that wider. Right, great. Interpretation or observation? Who can tell us? Yes, the lady here.
I think it's interpretation
Why?
because we think that they are pretty and exam.
Mhm.
So we understand that
They should be nervous.
So you say it is
Next one.
an
Interpretation.
interpretation.
I think.
We say something different. Yes, sir.
As for me, I think it is observation
Why?
because we see the teacher who is examining his students.
Examining his student, right?
So it is by observation that I can say that I can see
But we are pointing at the boys, not on the teacher, right? We're focusing on the boys and not the teacher. We need discussion here for you to well understand the difference between interpretation and observation. Very important. The boys in this photo are very nervous. Remember, we use our eyes for observation. All right? Then after observing, we now do what? We do the interpretation. Yeah. Yeah, it's like somebody has seen it and say, the boys are very nervous. That's what you say. So, yes, sir.
So, we should be all aware that interpretation can convey falsehood.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
So, talking about that caption there,
Uh-huh.
the boys in this photo are very nervous. This is his fact, and it's his opinion. But mine can be different.
Mhm.
Are his interpretation here, talking about the caption and the image.
So, interpretation.
Interpretation.
So, right, let us try and break this down now. What do we see? What do we see?
We are just, seeing an examination,
Right.
and the professor is overseeing, I mean, uh, pupils,
The boys?
boys.
Yeah. Yeah.
They are more focused on the work.
Okay. But I didn't hear nervous in what you said. we need somebody else. We need somebody else. Yeah. So,
For me, I don't sure that the boys are nervous
mhm.
because we can see that we are make the examination, not nervous. For me, the teacher is is
Overseeing.
overseeing them, and they are simply make the examination. They are not nervous. For me, my interpretation is that they are make the examination with the teacher.
Observation or interpretation?
Interpretation.
Interpretation. Yes, sir.
I think that this one is, let's say, interpretation.
Mhm.
Because we all know that when you go and sit for an exam, uh, yeah, you feel something because you don't know what is waiting for you there.
Of course. Yeah.
Normally, when they are like this,
Sure.
and let's say the teacher is beside them, then
Yeah.
normally they should be nervous.
Okay,
Nervous.
no, sir, excuse me. There is no diversity here. They are just focused on the work and they are just pondering about the exercises.
Let us see
Also,
with the
from
lady.
point of view, because you can even look at their faces. How do you see that they're nervous? Because you concentrate in when you look at the photo, you see that they're
Concentration.
They are more
So I
focused.
think it's just an interpretation.
Concentration, focus. Once again.
It's by the face that you look at the person, then you can feel that the person is nervous. But here, you see the person like this.
What is being nervous?
Exactly. I was about to ask you.
Maybe this is the mistake. Maybe that is the stake.
This is the key. This is the key understanding of
Very
what
good.
is nervous.
So
Yes.
I want to when we have exam when the student have the exam,
Yeah.
the examinator has his place.
Yeah.
Notice. He has to sit down and observe the student.
Yeah.
By the way that he stands
Yeah.
like this is mean that he is not he didn't he
It's
doesn't
creating
think-
pressure from
yeah,
the voice. You mean?
yeah,
It's
that's
creating pressure. Uh-huh. What is nervous? Yes.
Having stress, having pressure.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's what I can. You feel uneasy, you're not comfortable. That's, yeah.
Right. Are they uneasy and uncomfortable?
Maybe. I don't see
just
We
focus
don't
on
know.
the
We don't know. And I don't see it on them. The face doesn't show, but my question, I'm just thinking aloud. Like everyone has a way of expressing their nervousness. I can be nervous and I will not show it on my body.
Great.
So
This what you say is true.
yeah.
Here is huh?
Everyone has a way of expressing their nervousness.
Body communication here.
Uh-huh.
In cross is 10.
Uh-huh.
The body doesn't show. Because we are concentrating on the boys, not the teacher. Because I can see the boys are stable, concentrating, and I don't feel any stress. Maybe it's inside.
Really saying they are neighbors here is an interpretation. You don't know. Maybe they're happy. You don't know. Maybe the boys are very happy to have so easy task to do. You don't know. So you have seen that they are concentrated and you say that they are nervous. Because you saw the lady binding to greet, you see, she is worshiping the man. To say that they are nervous. Do you understand? You observe and you say, no. You didn't stop at the observation. You went beyond. So this is an interpretation to say that they are nervous. We don't know. We don't know. But something is sure. We can't say 100% that they are nervous. They have a normal attitude of somebody who is taking examination. Finish. No. But you can't see somebody taking his examination in the scene. Has no sense. Right? So let us go to the second picture. Yes. Observation. She didn't read at all. She mastered everything here. She said, observation. This is a mother and her boy. She said it is an observation. Yes, it is. Oh, sorry. I'm coming to you. Yeah. Interpretation. Yes, sir. Who can tell me why interpretation? We need the why. Yes, the lady in the middle.
You can say this is a woman is and a boy. But
Yeah.
they say that this is a mother and her boy.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that is an interpretation to say that it's her boy.
Why? It's the why. The why.
Because she take
Mhm.
him.
They are saying that. They are saying this is the baby and this is the mother. Huh.
Who said that is mother?
So,
I think this picture is an observation.
huh?
When I look at the picture, I see a mother with her sons who are crossing. They are crossing a water.
No, they're not crossing. They're just taking a picture in the street, right?
Uh-huh.
So,
For me, is the interpretation. Because you say a woman and a child.
huh?
Nothing says that is a doctor and a mother.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Do you understand? Yes.
I want to see that interpretation is just that is not the reality. Here we see a mother with a son. We don't know where
With a,
we don't know.
you said we see a mother.
We see a mother or a woman with a son.
Uh-huh.
So we don't know.
Here is the problem. To say we see a mother and a son.
So something about interpretation.
Exactly.
It's real son, but
That's it.
this is
That's it.
um,
Here, as I said, here to make it very simple is to look at the picture. What do you see? What do you see?
So for me, I have another interpretation. Yes.
Why?
Because we cannot sure that we cannot make uh, we cannot I'm not sure that is a boy. I think that is the girl.
Ah, it's going far. It's going far away.
Look at his hair.
Possibly.
It's an interpretation.
Possibly.
Be a girl.
Yeah, possibly. But let us
She
focus.
can be a girl.
Let us focus on the word boy, right?
Okay.
Maybe it can be a little girl. Let us focus on the word boy. So now, here, what we see is a woman and a little boy. Finish. This is the first thing. Second thing, are they related? Is it a son and a daughter? We don't know. Maybe it is a nephew and a aunt. Maybe it is sister and brother. Maybe it is why not? So nothing shows here that they are related. Sure. Do you understand this? Hmm? Who doesn't understand? So here is the difference between observation and interpretation. Interpretation is you add your own opinion to what you see. You don't stop at what you see. You go beyond by adding your own opinion. Maybe your opinion is not true. We never know, right? The third one. Who's going to take this one? Sir,
Observation.
read the caption,
Class
please.
is half full.
This class is half full. He said it is observation.
I think it's both of them. Observation
And
and
interpretation.
at the same time.
Ha, it's going to be interesting. Who's coming?
For
Yes,
me,
sir.
it's an interpretation.
Interpretation.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So I quarrel with what I just said. I think that is observation. This glass is half full. It's obvious that it's not less a full. Yes. We're talking about the reality.
As if it is half empty.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how you have to ask the question in yourself to find whether it is an interpretation or an observation. Here you ask the question to yourself: is it an interpretation to say this is a half full glass, or is it an observation to say this is a half full glass? So this is how you have to ask the question and then find the answers. You understand? So let us take the first side. Is it an interpretation to say that this glass is half full? Interpretation is what we say, our opinion, the opinion we have after we have observed. So,
I think that this is observation. I'm going to explain myself. When we see the glass, the water is half. It's what we see on the video, not something else. So we can say that what they say here is true. The glass is half full.
so it is
An observation.
an observation.
I agree with this point.
Huh? You?
I think it is an observation because all shows here that it is enough full glass.
Yes, that is an observation. And those who are stating that there is an interpretation, they should be more careful because this can be a draw, can't it? This can be a draw, just a drawing like something is full.
Possible. Possible. Yes, it is.
I think that this is an interpretation. Because at first glance, we see a glass with water. This is all. After observation, now you interpret it and you say, as the water is at this level, I think that the glass is half full. So, in my opinion, this is an interpretation.
Another question is, do we need to interpret this picture?
No.
Why?
We need
Because the
to
fact is
interpret.
in front of us is what I'm
The fact, she's talking about the fact. Yes, the lady.
I think we need to interpret this picture what it is in the glass. It's in water or liquor.
They didn't say about the liquid inside. This is an observation. Some people who disagree. Okay, I'm gonna take it, Captain. Yeah, she's gonna be the chief of composers. Right, you go ahead, explain.
In my opinion,
Mm.
the fact of observation is that this glass is not empty. That's the fact. But the interpretation that is that this glass is half full or half empty. So
Exactly. This
an
is
interpretation.
this is why you are wrong. I was sure of that. This is the maxim in the brain of people. The half full and the half empty. Here we're not talking about half empty. We're talking about half full. This is what got you lost. Have you come to understand that?
Yes, sir. Is there any difference because between half full and half empty in this?
It's the same thing. It's the same thing. 50% full, 50% empty. It's the same thing. But here we're talking precisely of half full.
For me, you the capacity of the glass. You know it. Yes. The capacity of the glass. If you know it, you can say that is harmful. But you don't know the capacity of the glass, and you say that is harmful.
Yes, by millimeters or by millimeters. Maybe it can be 10 meters.
So let's assume that they have measured everything before. Let's assume that they have measured everything before they did it. We assume it's okay. So now the question is it an interpretation? Is it an observation to say that it is half full? Yes. Because when we observe, we see it is half full. Do we need to go beyond? It's not needed. So in critical thinking, sometimes you don't need to go beyond things. What you see is what you get, right? When you go beyond, you get things complicated. And it's going to create conflicts, misunderstandings, right? Maybe you see the boo of the guy, the boo is so big. And you see the boo, I'm sure there is bomb inside. Because it's big. Observation, it's big. The boo is big, right? Interpretation, there is a bomb inside. So sometimes what we see, we don't need to go beyond. We stop at the first glance. And that's okay. You understand this? By acting like that, we're going to prevent conflicts and misunderstandings between people. Is that okay? So let us have another session of exercise about interpretation and observation. Great. Second session. Who's going to take the first one? For this one. There is a little mistake here. Who's going to take the first one? The first one. We need somebody. Volunteer. 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 Let me get it a little bit, the font wider for you to see it. Ooh. Here. Here. I'm very sorry we can't. Can everybody see it clearly? Great. Who's coming? Who's coming for the second session? The same thing? Oh, sorry. Okay. I think it's okay now, right? Who's going to the first one? Here. We need a girl for that. We need a girl for that, the first one. Ah, okay, let me turn the computer like that because people can't see the screen behind. Is that okay now? Okay. We need a girl for that. Yes, the lady. Who else? She says it is an interpretation. Who says no, it is an observation? Just raise your hand. Yes, sir. Why?
We look at the photo, we see one dictionary on the table.
Right? What is interesting is that the guy in the back there can see it is an English dictionary. Those in front can't see that. That's a magic answer. Who's going to take again? Thank you, sir. Who's coming? Who's coming again? She said it is an interpretation. Yes, sir. Interpretation. 100% sure? Who else? Yes, lady. Interpretation. Who else? Interpretation. Interpretation. Who say? I'm looking for somebody who says it is an observation. Hmm? So it is an interpretation. And she gave you the answer. Nothing is indicating here that they're learning English. Maybe they are learning something, we don't know. Maybe drones. But English, we can be sure. Great. So at first glance, we see some girls having some activities. That's sure. That's what we see, right? But are they really studying English? It's not sure. Is this book a dictionary? We don't know. Maybe it isn't. Hmm? Or let's say it is an English dictionary. Maybe this is after the English class, right? And maybe somebody has forgotten his dictionary on the table. And that's all. So interpretation. Great. The second one in the middle. Who's going to take this one? I know why the girls are raising their hands. I know why. So always start by ladies. Yes. Uh-huh. Observation. Right, who's coming again? She said observation. Why? Why? The group. So she based her interpretation on what she sees, what she observed. Great. Who's coming again? Observation. Said what? Observation.
I
Yes.
think it's an observation because she's wearing a white dress and everybody knows that one day the white dress is
Great. Who's coming again? Great. This one can be a little bit, you know, confusing. Huh? For sure, it is a wedding. Hmm? Because of the robe, right? Because of the environment. It looks like a church. Um, People are giving them shares. Um, we can see the balloons, decoration, and everything. But it can be a movie scenario in which people are playing wedding. Huh? Huh? So if it is a movie, it's It's not a wedding.
It's a wedding.
If they're playing a wedding in a movie, it's not a wedding. No, it is a sin. It is a simple sin. Is it a real wedding?
It can be a sin, but what we are saying here is a ritual. When there is what we are saying here,
At the moment. Yeah, it can be. It can be sure. For sure, it's a wedding. For sure. For sure. But now, the thing is what? The thing is, when we talk about wedding, it's an official, ceremony. Official ceremony. If this is a scenario in a movie, it's not a wedding.
Yes.
Do you understand what I say? We don't know if it's a scenario or not. We used to see, wedding in scenarios, in movie scenarios, right? So maybe it's just a movie scene. Maybe they're playing movie, right? So personally, it is a wedding. So this picture is here to show you that you have to be very careful sometimes. Sometimes you don't need at all to give your opinion on something that is sensitive about cultures. Sometimes you don't need to give an opinion because it can be very, sensitive. It could be confusing. Maybe while trying to, giving a positive message, you're giving a negative message. So sometimes silence is better. Do you understand this? What do you think of this culture? What do you think of these people? This help me. I think they are very good people because they eat men. They are good, but they eat men, right? So sometimes it's very sensitive. This is to show, cultural affairs is sometimes very sensitive. It is a wedding, but it can't be a wedding. For sure, what we see is a wedding. Huh? Do you understand what I'm saying? Huh. Maybe this is a scenario in a movie. Maybe they are playing, they're just playing. And tomorrow, when you see those two people, you will say they're married. But really, they're not. It was just a wedding. I didn't know. I just saw the pictures. No, it was a wedding. Sorry, it was a play in a movie. It wasn't a real movie, a real wedding. So sometimes you have to be very, very careful. Do you understand? Have you drawn the lesson? Great. The last one. We're coming back to the guy and his boys again. Who can see? Who is coming? This time I'll take him out. Somebody who hasn't talked yet. Yes, sir.
the man standing is a scientist.
The man standing
It
is a
is
scientist.
an interpretation.
Interpretation. Interpretation. Who again? Interpretation.
Interpretation.
Everybody?
Yes.
Are you sure? Why?
Yes.
Why? Tell me.
Because there is not only scientists that's for that kind of clothes.
Sure.
I think they say that because of the way he's dressed.
So if somebody says it is an observation, what will be his backup? What will be his reasons? If somebody says it is, uh-huh, because the cloth is having, huh? Because of what again?
Say also the stuff of medical,
Yeah,
computer,
yeah, yeah. He looks like somebody scientist because of what he wears. So now, this is an interpretation. You see somebody with a boo-boo, right? And you say, this guy is a Muslim. right? We people and Muslims, we are never ever in peace. So he won't be my friend. But is it true that the guy is a Muslim because he's wearing a bubu? No, it's just, it's just a wear. It's just a wear, nothing more. So sometimes we need to be very careful about oh, cultural uh, elements. That is clothes, tradition, uh, food, those things, language. We say this guy is a Muslim because he's putting a bubu. Or we say this guy is from China because he's very short. Or we say this guy is Senegalese. People used to say I'm Senegalese because I'm tall. I'm not at all. So just take people as they are, no more. Don't add any, additional opinion about their ways, their appearance, or what they do, right? Just take people as they are. This is the lesson for today. Is that okay?
Yes.
Do you now know the difference between observation and interpretation? Somebody can summarize for us? Somebody can make it summarize? Yes, sir?
I think that interpretation is first of all, observation first is to say what we see on the page. And when interpretation is to prove what the picture tells to us, is to say what the picture tells to us.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
I think that interpretation is what you see on the pictures and you have to try to what you want is not your reality or not your just friend. You want to interpret as your friend. That observation is more or less the reality because you see on the pictures.
The problem is interpretation. You don't understand it well enough. So in the back,
I
interpretation.
think observation is to say we feel what we see.
Yeah, what you see.
To give the explanation of what we see.
Interpretation. Just,
Explanation, yeah.
just explanation. There's something more we give.
An opinion.
Opinion, personal opinion. Even though it's not the truth, we add our opinion to what we see because of our heart trains. Do you understand? We have seen and we make a suggestion in our mind. That suggestion is an interpretation. You don't need to suggest. What you see is what you see. Finish. And that's all. So observation is something normal. But interpretation, most of the time, is not positive. Do you understand this? Huh? Great. I think now everybody has understood. We can switch over to our listening. So you still remember about Mark Twain, right? Last time we saw the chapter 10. Today we're going to see the chapter 3, right? 3? Yeah. Last time was the 10. Today is the 3, right? So let me prepare some system. Forget to put it there. Don't remember that you're going to have this during your evaluation. And the evaluation, I've been told by the director that the evaluation admission mark is 12 and no less. We have 11 elimination. We have 12, okay. More than 12, okay. 11. So you have to be very careful, right? Review again and again your grammar. It's gonna take place somewhere around December. We don't need the precise date, we don't know. But try and make Sure, you're well prepared. Grammar, listening and comprehension, grammar, listening and comprehension, and critical thinking. You're going to have some grammar tests you haven't seen here. Yeah, we assume you are more than a beginner. So trust me.
So you have to make exercise.
Yeah, we're going to have a session of exercise. Um, by 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to organize that. Okay, I'll give you some exercise to do, and that is to train yourself in grammar, critical thinking, and EC. Try and train yourself in EC. For the EC, you need grammar, right? That's practical grammar. You construct simple sentences, subject, verb, complement. Make it simple and very understanding. That's very important for the EC, right? So let's go. Is it playing? Is that okay? Do you understand what he said there? We can try. Who wants to try? Yes, sir.
Yes, this there is a segment talking about Mark Twain. He's relating one part of his childhood, a kind of recollection, talking about his childhood, depicting an area, and
Which area is that?
uh, the farm where his uncle had a house, describing inside and outside with children playing, and talking about an area where lots of lots of his cousins had the arms broken when swinging, and at the last part of the text, he, a- he asked his mother because he has been told that he was most of the time here. He asked his mother for that, and behind her, there was a kind of irony where her mother was a bit anxious whether he would be alive or not. But at the end, he said that I was just hoping that you were going to leave. Yes, this is my understanding of that text.
Yes. Yeah. Who else want to add something? What he said is not true. Want to add something? Yes, sir.
In the last part, I don't think the mother told to his child she was his hope he will live. She said I was afraid that he will live. The boy asked his mother, "Were you afraid that I will die?" She said, "No, I was afraid that you will live." But
Let us find the truth. Huh? Let us find the truth. Let us play it again. Be careful, right? Gonna play it just once. Great. No, tell me, what is the audio about? Difficult, still difficult, medium difficult, easy? Yes, it is. She wants to say something.
Talk about how people in his family were sitting with children, etc. We also talk about another part when we talk about the roots. We say that when they are dry, they are dangerous for the family unless we say that this dangerous things has some effect on its housing. And we say that the doctor take advantage of it since they pay 20 $25 for the whole family. It also talked about his childhood. He said that when he was at the first 7 years of his life, he was sick. So at the end, he asked his mother if she was afraid that at this time he would die. And she said no, she's not afraid of the fact that she will die. She is afraid of the fact that he will die.
Who else wants to say something more? Talking of what happened to his cousins? What happened to them yesterday?
Cutting arms in the wood or she talking about.
Mhm. What were they doing in the woods? Sir.
Yes, in the woods they were playing, and there they were swings constructed for children. So when they were playing there, at the time where the branches of the trees dry, there were lots of accidents, breaking arms.
So the branches break?
Yes.
And everything damaged?
The damage, most of the time, his cousins, talking about 40 broken arms among his cousins. Yes.
So they used to break up the bones there?
Yes.
By playing with the swing. Who doesn't know a swing? What is a swing? Right? Yeah. You see children playing the swing. Or in the kindergarten, you see them there. So when they used to tie it at some branches, and the swing is in the middle. Yeah. And now when the branches get dry, what happens?
Breaks.
Yeah, they break. And as he said, as they had their 40 feet up, that is to say, when they were very, when they were moving, very top, when they were moving very top, at that time, just break. And it just break their legs, arms, and everything, the bones. So, talking about his aunt and his uncle, what did he say? Yes, sir.
Yes, while describing them, his aunt was knitting. His aunt was knitting, while his uncle was sitting there having his pipe smoking.
Exactly.
Yes.
So this is a typical American life. You see the women, and so no, that's not modern America. Modern America, you see women, in offices, emancipating. But today, before that is maybe 200 years before, or 300, they didn't work at all. It's the men that used to work. It's just, spend their time knitting, knitting. They just knit. As you see in slave pictures, in slave movies. The house, the house, as she is a woman, she just, knits, and that's all. They use a kind of needle, long needle with wool and
braids.
Yes,
They try to make a kind of piece of cloth. That's what they used to do. So now talking about the physician. What is a physician? As we're talking here English, physician. Who is a physician? A doctor. We say a medical doctor.
Yes.
Because for them, a doctor is a kind of somebody who has completed his doctorate studies, and the physician is somebody who has completed his doctorate studies, but who is specialized in caring for people. That is, he has a kind of medical doctor.
Yes,
Doctor.
medical doctor. Yes.
Yeah, medical
MD.
doctor. Yeah,
MD.
yeah, medical doctor. That is it. So there is a difference. So do not mix up. Physician for French is different. Physician for French is different. So when you hear physician, don't say he's a physician. No, he's a doctor. This is how it's working. Great. So now let's talk about his mom. The conversation they had. What did they say? I want us to come back to that conversation. It's very interesting. Yeah, again.
Okay, so in that segment, she was 88, so very old.
No.
And I described that conversation between him and his mother as a kind of irony because she was anxious, but whenever somebody's anxious, that is about something. She was wondering whether her child would live or not.
Because he was
very sick all the time.
Yeah.
So when asking her mother for that fact, she replied that no, I was anxious that you would leave. That is for me, in my understanding, a kind of of shadowing the truth she had. That is a kind of irony for me.
Exactly. Thank you. So this is what the chapter 3 is all about. So we're going to stop here today. And I hope you guys are preparing for the evaluation. So who is ready to present next Tuesday his book? The book is ready. Only two people? Three people? Four? Yeah, of course, this one. This one. 5, 6, 6. Who didn't take a book last time to read? You will have to. You will have to. You will have to. Sorry? Okay. Okay. But did you try and take some notes? Great. So you're gonna present here your books, and this is to prepare your speaking because you're gonna have speaking during the evaluation. Grammar, speaking, critical thinking, and listening comprehension.
What will you be about talking about this speaking?
That day.
Yes.
Me myself, I don't know. I'm guessing. What could that be? We're silly things. You can be talking about, I don't know, sport, or I don't know, tradition, or movie. I don't know. I don't know. Right? So you guys are spending your time and your money to come here studying English, but you need to study because those 3 months will be for nothing if you don't. Right? If you don't grade. Right? So try to come back to your grammar. The grammar is going to be very challenging, as well as the critical thinking. You're going to have some yes or no question maybe for critical thinking, but you have to be ready. Great. So I thank you very much for
From here. Thank you very much for coming today. Get ready. We're going to have some remix.